Good morning, students. So, I hope you do remember the chapter we did on similarity, right? So, in the chapter of similarity, when we had a line parallel, yes, what did you notice here? In the chapter of similarity, that when the line is parallel, the ratio AD upon AB is equal to AE upon AC. Yes, so I am recalling back the similarity chapter which we did. Here, triangle ADE is similar to triangle ABC because angle A is common in both the triangles. Angle B and D are corresponding, so they are equal, and angle E and C are corresponding, so they are equal. So these two triangles are similar triangles, and similarity told us that the ratios have to be equal. I hope you have followed what I am trying to tell you. So, when the triangles are similar, the ratio of your sides are equal. Now, I will extend this analogy to some other place. Say I have got a vertical line, horizontal ray called OA, and at a specific angle I draw OB. Let me call this angle theta. So theta is a Greek letter which we can write for angle. So I can say measure angle BOA is equal to theta degree or theta radian, whatever, it is just theta, right? So follow me closely now. What I have done on the board, very shortly you will see. Follow me very closely. In similarity, the angles remain equal. So like if you see this angle A, can you see this angle A? So what I have got, because the triangles are similar, I have got DE upon BC. So the ratio is fixed. Now, if I extend this line further, and I extend this line further, and I draw this line, let me call this, say, PQ. Then this angle is fixed. So DE, so now what we have got, this triangle, if we go then, AB upon AP equal to AC upon AQ. Now what you can see here, I extended these two lines, the triangle is becoming bigger, but this angle A here is fixed. The angle is not changing. And when the angle is not changing, the triangles made simultaneously are all similar triangles, and the ratio of their sides will be equal. Means the ratio of the side DE upon BC, or I can say DE upon PQ or BC upon Q, is also the ratio of the sides. So now I am extending this similarity to something else, and observe carefully. I drew an angle BOA with a fixed angle theta. Now I draw perpendicular. Okay, let me call this A1, let me call this point B1. I draw another point exactly perpendicular, 90 degree I am drawing. Let me call this A2, let me call this B2. And I draw a line A3, B3 and so on. Another line perpendicular A4 and B4. Okay, so what are you observing here? First of all, what have you observed? That no matter I extend my rays, they keep on extending, the angle here is fixed, it is not changing. Did you notice that? When I extend this further and further and further, this angle is not changing, just like A was not changing, this angle is not changing. So in triangle, let us write triangle B1OA1. okay, is similar to triangle B2OA2. Why? Because this is 90-90 and this angle is same common. So by A axiom, that is similar to triangle B3OA3, which is similar to triangle B4OA4. Yes? And why this similar? As you can see, this small triangle is similar to this big triangle also, because this angle is common to both and these two angles are 90 degree. By AA axiom, it is common. So what will you observe here? You know the ratio of the sides within AD upon BD equal to AE upon EC. In this similarity we have AD upon BD equal to AE upon EC. So same way the lines are parallel here. So what will I get? Or the total sides also, we can take any similarity. So what do you get here? You get OA1 upon OB1. OA1 upon OB1 is OA2 upon OB2 equal to OA3 upon OB3 and so on. The ratio of this side and this side is equal to the ratio of this side and this side, this side and this side. It goes on and on. So here what I have specifically taken. Okay. Now we come to some other thing, but I hope you followed here what I have done. Now what you can see, when I fix this angle remains fixed. Then the ratio of this side and this side, then I extend, so this side upon this side equal to this side. The ratio is going on as the same ratio. It isn't changing at all. Are you following my line of thinking? From similarity, where I have moved to two rays, drawn the perpendiculars, and all these triangles are similar because this angle is common to all and each angle is a 90 degree. So I get OA1 upon OB1 is equal to OA2 upon OB2, OA3 upon OB3, OA4 upon OB4, and no matter how big the triangle goes, OA10 upon OB10 will have the same ratio of OA1 and OB1. So if OA1 and OB1, let us say for example, is in the ratio 2:3. Say this is 2 centimeter. Let us say this is 3 centimeter. So ratio is 2:3. Then it is possible that OA10 is 40 and OAB10 is 60. OA10 is 40, OB10 is 60. 40 upon 60 is also 2 upon 3. So when this angle is fixed, this ratio of the two sides become fixed. So that is something we are going to learn today, that when the angle is fixed, then the ratio of its sides are fixed. Now, from here, I would like to break this analogy. So now we leave off the similarity and come basically to this diagram. Okay, so we are leaving off the diagram, and these are also similar triangles only, but these are special case of similar triangles. What is the special case here? One angle is 90 degree. So I have taken similarity. Similarity is true for all the triangles. Okay, and here we have taken a special case where one angle is 90 degree. So let me draw a triangle. Let me call it ABC. Okay, let me call this triangle ABC. Here B is 90 degree. Okay, so I've got a right angle triangle of this sort. Now, first I will tell you how to name the sides. Why I am naming the side, you will see very shortly. The side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse. Right? The side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse, fixed. Now we have got two acute angles. Angle C is acute angle and angle A is also acute angle. So if you take angle A as the angle, if we consider angle A, then you can see this side BC is opposite to angle A. So we call BC the opposite side or the perpendicular. Okay, remember, I'm writing the full name here. Follow this very clearly. Follow me, right? So, if I take angle A, then BC is called the opposite of perpendicular, and AB is called the adjacent or the base, the name. But if I consider angle C, not angle A, now my point is angle C, then when you take angle C, then AB is the opposite side. So when you take angle C, which is the opposite side, so AB is the opposite side or the perpendicular, while BC, you can see BC is the adjacent side or the base. Okay? So, depending upon the figure, so here I have got theta, so I will call this angle also, I am trying to fix it now. So our O, so I will take this C as O now. So I get BO and BO, right? So I call this O, the same triangle I have tried to repeat, angle is theta. So now because this I have taken the angle, what I will take this as the opposite side and this as the adjacent side. Okay, according to rule. I have taken angle C. So angle C has become angle O. So because it has become angle O, what I am taking this side. So the side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse always. And because I took angle O, this is the opposite side and this is the adjacent side. Okay. Now, if you are clear till here, let us come back to this side. So if I took this angle O as my angle, then OA1 is which side? OA1 is adjacent and OB1 is hypotenuse. So here I got adjacent upon hypotenuse. OA2 again. OA2 is what? So what you can see here, this angle is fixed. So when I take the first triangle, which is the first triangle here? Triangle B1OA1. This one, this triangle. When I take the first triangle, OA1 is the adjacent, OB1 is the hypotenuse. I am writing for short, adjacent and hypotenuse. But for the second triangle, the bigger triangle, this is again the adjacent, hypotenuse. So in the small triangle, the ratio of the adjacent and the hypotenuse, and in the bigger triangle, the ratio of the adjacent and the hypotenuse, and in the third triangle, the ratio of the adjacent and the hypotenuse, and the fourth triangle, the ratio of the adjacent and the hypotenuse is remain fixed. Why it is fixed? Because this angle is fixed. So this chapter, which deals with angles with their ratios, yes, is given the name. Can you guess the name of this chapter now? Trigonometry. So we have started the chapter of which chapter? We have started the chapter of trigonometry. And what you see now, what have you understood? That the base of trigonometry is similarity. Trigonometry took birth from similarity. We will see the example later. But did you follow this? So when an angle theta is fixed, the ratio of the adjacent and the hypotenuse is fixed. Now you can go to the other side also. Triangles are similar. The smaller triangle and bigger triangle is similar. So OA1 upon OB1. If I take the ratio of this side and this side, will be OA2 upon A2B, not OB1. Sorry, this time I am taking OA1 and A1B1. Which side? OA1 and A1B1. And for the bigger triangle, OA2 upon A2B2 equal to OA3 upon A3B3. The ratio is remaining fixed. Are you following? The ratio is fixed. But this time which ratio I have taken? I have taken this side, which is called the adjacent, and this side, which is called the opposite. So I have taken the ratio of the adjacent and the opposite side. This was adjacent upon hypotenuse. No matter how much big your triangle goes, no matter how much big the arrows go, if your angle is fixed, the ratios will be fixed. So this is the basis of trigonometry. Is it clear to you here? Because now I need to rub the board. Yes? I'll keep this diagram and I'm going to rub this now and take you further. So, you have understood the very basis of trigonometry. We go slow and we understand in detail. Some people find trigonometry difficult. It is not at all difficult. If you start from the very base, understand in detail, this chapter is going to be a lot of fun. You will see the different ways we can express trigonometric ratios. So, trigonometry, like I said, has got trigonometric ratios. So now you know why we are using the word ratios, trigonometric ratios. Because in similarity, the ratio of the corresponding sides are equal. So what have you followed? This angle is fixed. So all these triangles are similar. This angle is fixed common angle. The rest are all right angles. And we have got similar triangles. And in similar triangles, the ratios remain the same. So I'll keep this as it is. I'll keep this as it is. Now go to this one. There. So we are now into a right angle triangle. I told you a special condition. We can use trigonometry for the triangles also, but it is not part of the 10th standard that you will get later. Right now, right angle triangle. So, if you look at this right angle triangle, which angle I have taken again? I have taken the angle C or the angle O. Okay, I have taken this angle as my angle and named the sides according to this angle. Remember, if I take this angle, then this becomes the opposite side and this becomes the adjacent side. But I am taking the angle C. So let us now turn back to our angle C, right? Let us take back to our angle C. So, a right angle triangle, how many sides it has got? 3 sides. How many sides? 3 sides. Remember. So 3 sides make how many ratios? Okay. So now we have seen similarity. We seen how when the angle is fixed, the ratios of the side remain fixed. Follow this carefully and understand this in detail. What I have done again, I did a row OA and a ray OB at a certain angle. And no matter how much big the angle becomes, when I make it into triangles, the ratio of the corresponding sides will remain equal. Means now even if these angles go to the moon and to the horizon, then the ratio of the sides will still remain equal when I draw the triangles. So, the basis of trigonometry is here. This is the very essence of trigonometry, the very basic of trigonometry. People might think it is difficult, it is not. Understand, an angle is fixed, the ratio of the sides have become fixed. So now in this triangle, what you can see, I got an angle fixed, right? Like the angle fixed. Let us say this triangle is a magnified image of this triangle. So they both are similar. So now when the angle is fixed, ratios remain the same. Now this triangle has got 3 sides. So how many ratios can you name? Okay? So we will see how many ratios can we name. We have got a ratio of which side? AB upon BC. AB and BC, these 2 sides make a ratio. And also BC upon AB make a ratio. So AB and BC has formed a ratio and BC and AB has formed a ratio. Then we will say AB and AC has formed a ratio, and even AC and AB is a ratio. Then we have got BC and AC is a ratio, and AC upon BC is also a ratio. So a triangle has got 6 ratios. Okay, so what have you noticed? A triangle has got 3 sides, so 6 ratios are possible. The ratio of AB and BC. Now I am not going to similar triangles. What I already learned, that the ratio of the sides remain equal. So now even if the triangle becomes bigger, the ratio remains the same. So these are the ratios I have taken. I have taken AB and BC. Okay. So these are the 6 ratios I wrote on the sides. But the name of all triangles is not ABC. They can be any name. So now I will write the same ratio in which form? I will write it in their side forms. So because I have taken the angle theta, what is AB? AB is the opposite side and BC is the adjacent side. So this ratio is opposite upon adjacent. This is the reciprocal, adjacent upon opposite side. This ratio is AB, again opposite upon AC. What is AC? The hypotenuse. And this ratio is hypotenuse upon opposite. This ratio is BC upon AC. That is adjacent upon hypotenuse, and this ratio is hypotenuse upon adjacent. Okay? So in any triangle, any right angle triangle, you will first fix an acute angle. You do not take the right angle. You will fix an acute angle. So the side opposite to the right angle is the hypotenuse, and which angle you consider? The angle opposite to that. So this is angle C or angle theta. Opposite to that is the opposite side and the adjacent side. So I remove the sides now, and I have written them in this term, right? So now I do not need the sides. Now we start the trigonometry part. So these are the 6 ratios we got. Now we start the trigonometry part. We have to name these 6 ratios. So we cannot take just any ratios. We follow the books normally. So we will take the names what the books have chosen for us. So 6 ratios, and this is the part we have to learn. The rest of all trigonometry can be derived. So the ratio of opposite upon adjacent is called tangent. In circles you have tangent, but remember the ratio of the opposite and adjacent side is called the tangent. Tangent to which angle? You can call it C or theta. So I can call it theta also, I can call it C also. Because the angle C, so tangent of C is which ratio? Opposite upon adjacent, or I can call it tangent theta. So this is the reciprocal, which is called cotangent theta. We'll see how the names came, okay, later on. So tangent theta, and we have got this cotangent theta. This is called sine theta. Opposite upon hypotenuse is called sine theta. Adjacent is called cosine theta or cosine C. You can say cosine theta or cosine C. This one is called hypotenuse of opposite called the cosecant theta. But the cosecant theta comes from this name, secant theta. So secant theta and cosecant theta. Now we do not use these names. We use only the first 3 letters. So now this is written as what? Sine theta. First 3 letters. This is written as cos theta. This is written as tan theta. This is written as cot theta. This is written as sec theta. Now these 3 letters are also cos, which confuses with this. So here we use 5 letters. We call cosec theta. So in trigonometry, we have got 6 ratios, 6 formulae we have to learn. Okay? So I will now. So this 6 formulae remain fixed. How will you write it? Write it again. Beginning. Sine theta, we will call it sine C this time. Sine C is opposite upon adjacent. Cos C is, sorry, not opposite upon adjacent. Sine is opposite upon hypotenuse. Cos is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Tan is opposite upon adjacent. Yes? Cot is adjacent upon opposite. Sec is hypotenuse upon adjacent. And cosec is hypotenuse upon opposite. These 6 names you will have to learn in detail. Yes? Try to please follow, understand, we cannot name them on our own, we have to follow the names the book has given. So these things you will have to memorize. Okay? Follow? Now, we'll change something else. now I do not need this, so let it go. And now something will change here. You will see what will change. But first things rule, understand the names. Now, if I say sine A, so sine ratio is always opposite upon hypotenuse. Remember, what is the sine ratio? Opposite upon hypotenuse. But here I have taken the angle A. Because I have taken the angle A, which is the opposite side this time? BC. So BC is the opposite side and AC is the hypotenuse. If you look at sine C, then the opposite side was AB. Okay, so I should not put this C now. It's not needed. There is no fixed thing. Just remember the ratio. So sine, I'll call it theta now. So sine of an angle. What is sine of an angle? The ratio of a. So what is the angle theta? So the sine of theta is the ratio of the opposite and the hypotenuse. The cos of the angle is the ratio of the adjacent and the hypotenuse. The ratio of the tan of the the tan of the angle is the ratio of opposite upon adjacent. The cosine of the angle is the ratio of hypotenuse opposite. The sec of the angle is the ratio of hypotenuse and adjacent, and the cot of the angle is the ratio of adjacent upon opposite. So here you remember, sine is what? Opposite upon hypotenuse. Depends what which angle you take. So if you take angle C, then AB is the opposite side. But if you take angle C, sorry, if you take angle A, then BC is the opposite side. If you take angle C, AB is the opposite side. So which angle you take? So here sine A will be opposite BC upon hypotenuse AB. Right? So what will cos A be? Cos A is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Because this is the angle, this is the adjacent side. So we will have AB upon AC. So now you write down the remaining ratios of angle A. Sine and cos I have written. Write down tan, cot, sec and cosec. So this is the basic idea of trigonometry. It comes from what? Similarity. That when the angle is fixed, the ratio of the two sides will remain fixed. No matter how big the triangle becomes. No matter how big the triangle becomes, the ratio of the sides will be fixed is what is the basic idea of trigonometry. So I will not go further today to any sums. I just wanted to revise this video again and again and again till the idea of trigonometry is perfectly clear to you. Okay? If you have got any doubts, you can revert to me. I want the first chapter to be thoroughly understood, that the trigonometric ratios, see I have named here, trigonometric ratios. So what are these ratios? There are 6 ratios in a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides, 6 ratios are possible. So trigonometric ratios are the names given to these ratios. So you can exactly see they are nothing but ratios of the sides. Yes? What are they? Ratios of the sides. Measurements will do tomorrow. These are ratio of the side, but the ratios depend upon the angle. When the angle is fixed, the ratio is fixed. That is the basic concept of trigonometry. When an angle is fixed, the ratio is fixed. No matter how big the triangle, how small the triangle, angle is fixed, the ratio of the side is fixed. So I am going to end here, revise this thoroughly. Okay? Thank you.